Katonda mu ndagaano enkadde.
God in the Old Testament,
yateekawo ekiragiro ky'okununula omuddu.
He put there a law of redeeming a slave.
Mu Isirayiri temwalimu luzira.
In Israel there was no luzira.
Upper prison.
There was no upper prison.
Tebyalimu.
It wasn't there.
Nga waliwo emisango gy'okola.
There were crimes that you'd commit
nga balina okukutta.
And you'll be killed.
Kati nga waliwo emisango emirala gy'okola.
But there were other crimes that you'd commit.
Nga mu kifo ky'okuteeka mu prison.
Instead of putting in the prison,
nga bakutundanga muddu.
They would sell you as a slave.
Amina. Kati bakutundanga ng'omuddu.
Now wherever they would sell you as a slave,
wabeerangawo amateeka ag'okununibwa mu buddu.
There were laws of redemption from slavery.
They allowed someone to redeem you.
Waliwo omuntu gwe baawanga eddembe okukununula.
To buy you out.
Okugula n'akuzza.
Now, the person who comes to buy you out,
kati omuntu eyajjanga okugula,
he had to have these qualifications.
Yayinanga okuba n'ebisaanyizo bino. Ekisooka,
he must be someone who is clean,
ng'ateeka okuba omuntu ataliiko kyaku,
innocent,
ataliiko kyakunenyezebwa, talina musango gwonna.
Even today in the laws of Uganda, you cannot bail someone outside, out of police or court if you have a criminal record. Criminal record. In court, if you have ever been taken a fingerprint as a criminal, you cannot bail anyone out of court or police. Even in the times of the Bible, someone who comes to bail you out, to buy you out of slavery, he has to not have a case. He has to be clean. 2, he has to be someone who is able to pay any price that is required. 3, he must be your close kinsman. How are you related with how are you with a suspect? How are you related with a slave? He's my brother. Same father, same mother. Oh, I'm his uncle. Okay. I'm his dad. Yes. Close kinsman. Now, it came a time for man to be redeemed. Because when man sinned, he became a slave to the devil. The devil has claim over man. Man became a slave of sin, of death, of the grave. Now, these laws now applied for man to be redeemed. 1, he has to be clean. Not a sinner redeeming a sinner. Abraham was a sinner like us. David was a sinner like us. Adam was the first one even to sin. He led us into all that. Who could redeem man? No one. No one. So, the other principle, he must be willing to pay the price. The price to redeem a sinner was to die for him. If you died for him, your blood was not accepted because it has stain of sin. Secondly, when you die for him, you perish. Who can redeem you now? The grave will capture you. You are finished. You have no power. 3, the Redeemer had to be a kinsman to man. Now God remained the only one who is holy. all human race was sinful.
Abantu bonna nga bali mu ekibi.
God alone is holy.
Katonda yekka nga mutukuvu.
And God
Katonda
cannot die.
Tasobola kufa.
Because
kubanga
he's a spirit.
Mwoyo.
Spirit cannot shed blood.
Omwoyo tegusobola yiwa musaayi.
It has no blood.
Tegulina musaayi.
3.
Ekyokusatu.
Man
omuntu
is a mortal being.
Omuntu afa.
Is a physical body.
Omuntu mubiri.
Flesh and blood.
Musaayi na mubiri.
God,
Katonda,
he's not our relative. He's not our kinsman. Because God is spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and truth. He is spirit. Spirit has no flesh and bones and blood. Spirit cannot die. So God now, to qualify, God to qualify, he had to become a kinsman to man. Because he's a creator, he could make himself a relative. Show us the scripture. Hebrews 2:14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that he through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil. And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham.
Kubanga mazima bamalayika 16. Kubanga mazima bamalayika si bayamba naye ayamba zadde lya Ibulayimu.
Abo babivunula mu ngeri yaabwe. Teyafaanana bamalayika. Ne yafaanana zadde lya Ibulayimu. Genda maaso.
Kyekyava kimugwanira mu byonna okufaananizibwa baganda be, alyoke abeere nga kabona asinga obukulu olw'ekisa omwesigwa mu bigambo ebiri eri Katonda olw'okutangirira ebibi by'abantu.
Tuli wamu.
We are together.
Kati n'ayambala omubiri.
So he put on flesh.
N'afuuka muganda waffe.
And he became our kinsman.
Katonda yennyini n'akola ki?
God himself.
N'ayambala omubiri.
He put on flesh.
N'aba kati omunuzi.
And he became a redeemer.
Kigambo n'aba omuntu.
And the word became flesh.
Yesu.
Jesus
yali Katonda.
Was God.
Ayambadde.
In a flesh.
Omubiri.
Jesus was God in flesh.